Good evening and welcome to ParaWeekly. I'm Derek Hayes and these are your paranormal news stories for the week of November 8th, 2021. How high are your chances of witnessing a UFO? Well, thanks to the media network 24/7 Tempo, you can finally calculate your odds. They've recently compiled a list of zip codes with the highest number of reported UFO encounters. The rankings are based on data provided by UFO researchers Cheryl Costa and Linda Miller. Now, you may be surprised to learn who tops out at number 1, but coming in at number 3 is 10292, Lower Manhattan, New York. Number 2 is perhaps a surprise, 89101, Sin City, Las Vegas. And topping the charts probably shocks no one, but it's home of the Phoenix Lights, 85001, Phoenix, Arizona. Now, were you there for the Storm Area 51 event back in 2019? The joke turned movement turned joke in the deserts outside of Rachel, Nevada. Well, according to official documents uncovered by Rolling Stone magazine, you might have been in more danger than you initially realized. Now, according to sensitive documents, the FBI met with local law enforcement, Nevada DPS, the Bureau of Land Management, and various officials from the Department of Defense and Area 51 itself to discuss the potential threat that the festival posed. It seems that Uncle Sam took it seriously, even if the rest of us did not. Now, perhaps the most disturbing detail uncovered is that the use of lethal force was authorized. Now, fortunately for everyone involved, only one person was foolish enough to cross the line onto official Area 51 property, and she was released unharmed. Now, for those of you that have been following the Jetpack Man story out of Los Angeles' LAX airport, here's a rare update. The LAPD recently released the following images to KMBC, images that they believe may solve the Jetpack Man mystery once and for all. Now, some experts believe the pilots who have reported sightings of strange humanoid entities flying thousands of feet above LAX airspace are simply seeing balloons. Now, investigators of the reports believe the figure shown in LAPD helicopter footage is actually Jack Skellington from the film The Nightmare Before Christmas. Now, some investigators are proposing that the mysterious floating figures are simply lawn inflatables taken aloft by seasonal Santa Ana winds. Now, this is only a theory. The investigation by the FBI and the FFA continues. Now, a walk down memory lane for some, nightmare alley for others. Tomorrow, November 13th, marks the 55th year since two West Virginia couples experienced terror while visiting a local hangout outside Point Pleasant, West Virginia. On that night in 1966, the Scarberrys and the Marlatts became a few of the first to see the creature we now know as the Mothman. So happy birthday, Mothman. And now, time for tonight's Sightings of the Week. And to kick us off, we return to the City of Angels, where on the 4th of November, the following video was captured. Now, very little information was included, but something appears to be hovering above the city in the fog. The subject is blurred, but it appears to be some distance above the streetlight in the foreground. The shape of the craft resembles the classic saucer shape, and the object appears brightly lit. Now, having lived in Los Angeles myself, I can tell you that plenty of clubs use promotional spotlights that look pretty bright and three-dimensional when projected on the thick LA fog. The quick cuts of this video could be made to disguise the spotlight's activity. Now, there's not a lot known about this next video. It was floating around Instagram and I found it intriguing. It appears to show a hair-covered creature of some sort, possibly humanoid in shape. Whatever it is, it appears to be walking on all fours through some high grass, attempting to stay out of the camera's lights. At one point, we get a pretty good look at the face of this entity. So is this simply a Halloween costume, or is this yet another piece of evidence toward the existence of creatures like Sasquatch or Dogman? Be sure to sound off in the comments below. And finally tonight, 2021 seems to be the year for Nessie sightings, as yet another video has surfaced claiming to have captured the elusive Loch Ness Monster. This time the creature was captured via webcam after an eagle-eyed viewer noticed the oddity on live video. Now this isn't the first capture for this amateur monster hunter. Owen O'Fallhagen has submitted 13 other pieces of evidence to the official Loch Ness Monster sighting register. And according to the register, Owen was watching the live feed on October 19th when he saw, as he put it, a black object high out of the water moving down the loch on the northern side. Now in the video there was clearly something dark in the center of the frame. Now the big question is it actually in the water, or is this perhaps an insect closer to the lens, and the distortion makes it look like a larger object at distance? That certainly could explain the lack of water disturbance. What do you think? Be sure to let us know in the comments below. And now for tonight's final segment, viewer-submitted evidence. Now, as a reminder, the following pieces of paranormal evidence were submitted by viewers like you. If you have something you'd like us to take a look at, shoot us an email at ContactParaWeekly@gmail.com. Now, this first one was sent in to us by a viewer in North Carolina, and he writes, "What is this? I was driving south on Highway 15/501 from Chapel Hill, North Carolina, headed to Pittsboro, North Carolina. And this is what I saw and had to record it." Now in the video there appears to be a strange line dividing the sky. And at first glance the line looks like a simple contrail from a jet, but it doesn't take long to notice the odd shadow that it's giving off. Now is it possible this was some weird reflection through the window? Or was this something strange taking place in the skies above the Tar Heel State? And finally, tonight's last entry was just sent to us on November the 5th. And our submitter was driving to catch the sunset on the north shore of Oahu, Hawaii, when they stopped to feed a few horses on the side of the road. They were only in that location for a few short moments, but took several photographs while they were there. Now upon review, one of them had an eerie image, the others did not. As we look at the photo, we can clearly see what appears to be a young girl jumping off of or walking through a wooden fence. Now the witnesses there are adamant that no one else outside of their group was there, and that the apparition matches no one in that group. Now perhaps the spookiest attribute of this entire thing, if you zoom in on the mysterious figure, you can clearly see the fence behind her, almost as if she's transparent. So is she an unnoticed stranger, camera glitch, or a glimpse into the other side? And that's the news that scared us. Please like and subscribe and tell a friend that might be into the program. We'll catch you back here in 2 weeks. For ParaWeekly, I'm Derek Hayes. Keep it spooky out there.